So before I run home, I wanted to come have a look at this box here, figure out what I need to bring back to start taking all this apart. It's all kind of, well, like this, goes all the way back to there. One of the things I noticed, and I'm going to show this to you, you see this big wire right here? That's copper. Nowadays, I don't even know if you can buy copper wire this big. Usually when you buy this big cable, this is like the cable that the electric company uses, it'll be aluminum instead of copper. I bet that's worth a lot of money. That certainly has the ability to move a lot of electricity without losing anything. Aluminum is not as good a conductor as copper. I remember when they first started putting aluminum wire in things, that mobile homes were catching on fire and burning up all over the country because the aluminum wasn't doing what it needed to do. And there's a lot of it in here. In fact, that wire goes outside that wall and runs down to a box down there, and I'm willing to bet that's probably copper too. I'm gonna go have a quick look at it before I go home. I don't need to become a metal recycling guy, but I'd like to see that saved. If I could get a long enough bit of it, I could run it down to the back banjo shed instead of what I got back there now, which is a couple of camper plugs. I see all this wire here. See, that comes out down there, runs all the way up to here. We got this wire here, which is aluminum. So this is what the power company runs these days. But I'm guessing that's what's inside of this. Could be that same stuff, copper. There's 3 strands of it in there. And that runs all the way down to here, which is where that thing comes out of the side of the wall. Now, it would be ideal if I could get that without cutting that, but doing so would require a lot. And you know, the easy way would just be to chop it off and take that inside part, and then I'd have to cut this up because I couldn't get all this on a trailer. If I did get the copper out, that stuff is, people don't realize how heavy a roll of that stuff is. It ain't light. So, study on this a little bit. See what I want to do. It'd look good to get it off the back of this building, wouldn't it? Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Now this line is gas, so that's not something I want to cut. I don't know if that actually still is connected to gas or not. It's natural gas. I'm willing to bet it's probably not, because I'm willing to bet they don't run anything in this building on gas. So that looks to be copper there. Very interesting. Very interesting. Huh. That is, whatever that is, it comes through the building here, which is pretty close to being above where I was just working, which is right inside there. So I'm gonna go around and look and see what's connected inside there. What I could do is cut this inside, take that inside part out, cut it or disconnect it here, and see if I could pull the wire out of this piece here. Come all the way up to here. Cut that off there. We'll see what's on that inside. On that inside line. See if that's. I can't imagine there's anything connected to gas in here. Let's go take a look, just to make sure. This place does some good work right here. Alright, so there's the window I was standing outside of, and that line, see this up here? That line connects to this. So that is an old gas line. And it runs over there to a dead end, and then it runs through that wall. Let's go see what's inside of that wall. So I see it over there in the corner. Well, I think I do. I see a line that comes in there, runs down there. I'm guessing it could have been a furnace down in there. Let's go back out here and look again. Okay. So that piece of pipe runs there. Is Suzanne in there? Is Suzanne, is that her name? The lady that... So I talked to Sue. She said she said they don't use gas here, but she couldn't guarantee that those lines aren't connected to something. And I'm just going to play out a possible scenario. Let's just suppose that they were connected to a gas system that's in the ground. But even though they weren't using it here, it still had gas running to this meter. And let's suppose I started cutting that and really bad things happen. So I'm going to leave it alone. Now I see a shut-off valve here, and it's shut off there and locked. But I'm not going to touch that until I know more. And I might call the gas company at some point, but I can leave that alone for now, and I can still take out the electric stuff, or at least get started. There's a lot of stuff hanging off these walls. They want to clean it up and make it nice, and I can appreciate that. Sure can. Alrighty then, let's go home and change gears.